Hey everybody, it's part 3 of a series, choosing a top business motivational speaker. How do you do it? Well, today's topic is about adaptability and relevance. You want a speaker who is both. So let's talk about the relevance first. If you're choosing a speaker with sort of a generalized topic, is that topic relevant to your audience? So in my case, I talk about the power of encouragement and how it can be used as both a business tool and a mental health tool, both of which improve performance. So I think that's relevant, regardless if you're a teacher or a C-suite leader or frontline staff. It doesn't matter who you are, this is relevant. When you're picking a speaker, is their topic relevant to your audience? But then let's talk about specific relevance. Can your speaker adapt and tailor and customize a program to make sure it's uber relevant for your folks? Meaning, in my case, when I'm talking to teachers, I'm going to be talking about encouragement as a tool and strategy for educators. If I'm talking to C-suite level folks, I'm talking about using encouragement to get more out of yourself and more out of those people around you. Get it? If we're talking to healthcare, encouragement has a different message. I need to tailor my topic to make sure it's super relevant for your people. You should be asking yourself, is this potential speaker going to be adaptable and relevant? Boom, you want that. Let's talk about current trends and topics. Is your potential speaker able to adapt their talk if something happens? And I'm telling you, something always happens. There's always news in your organization. There's always news in your industry that, once you book your speaker, you don't know that's going to happen, do you? But sure enough, something always comes along. When you're having that last call, like, okay, this thing's happening. What do we need to talk about? Are you able to talk about, there's some stuff that's happening you need to know? Is your speaker going to be able to incorporate that information, making it even more relevant, even more on target? If the answer is no, that's a problem, right? So, and finally, let's talk about the event. If you have an event with a theme, if there's an objective you're trying to achieve with your meeting or convention, is your speaker going to be able to be adaptable and relevant to meet that specific need of this specific meeting or organizational convention? If the answer is no, you got a problem. So how do we do that? How do you know if any of these things are possible? I'm going to encourage you to be brave, and when you've narrowed down your list of speakers, get them on the phone and say, tell me about this. Are you adaptable and relevant? And what does that mean to you? And how do I know it's real? I love those pointed questions. The reason I love them so much is when my meeting planners ask me really hard questions that sort of put me on the spot, I know they're serious, and it gives me a chance to let them know I am serious. So to all of those things that I've talked about, I can show you a video, I can have you call up my last 10 clients and say, ask them if I'm relevant. Ask them if I was adaptable to their needs and adaptable to their audience. I love those questions. I think sometimes buyers are, you might hire one speaker a year, so you don't do it all the time, and you're just a little bit shy about saying, well, how do I know that, and can you prove it? I think it's a totally fair question. If I'm hiring a plumber and I say I need you to put in a water heater, I think it's fair to say, have you put in water heaters before, and how do I know? I don't hire plumbers all the time. They ought to be able to say, oh, I put in 4 of them on your block. Let me give you their phone numbers. Totally fair question. All right. One of the biggest things you really need to think about when choosing a top motivational business speaker is, are they adaptable to you and your audience and your needs? And are they going to be relevant for your specific group? It's something you can check. It's something you can test. And the speaker you choose should be both adaptable and relevant. Now, are you looking for a top motivational business speaker who is both adaptable and relevant? Well, check me out, bradmontgomery.com. Ask me those hard questions, and we'll talk about how we can at least check that one box off of your list when choosing a top speaker. All right, it's Brad Montgomery. Talk to you soon.